Good morning. Round 2 fight. I've been asked to discuss Chauncey Hollingberry's federal indictment. There's not a whole lot to say. I don't have any firsthand knowledge of any of this stuff. I haven't seen any of these videos. I don't follow Chauncey Hollingberry. I don't pay attention to him. But having read the complaint, it doesn't sound very good for our friend Hollingberry. Some things that I noted that you might want to note is that Hollingberry doesn't really understand what's going on with being served. He was served with an injunction against workplace harassment on January 24th, 2020 at approximately 7:21 a.m., which is in the morning. So Chauncey works in the morning. AGO special agent served Hollingberry with an injunction against workplace harassment. Now, this injunction is actually for workplace harassment for someone who works at the Attorney General's office. So it's not where Chauncey works. He's harassing another woman. Imagine that. Agents observed Hollingberry arrive at work and exit his vehicle. As agents approached Hollingberry, he climbed back into his car through the front passenger door and locked the doors. Hollingberry refused to open the door and accept the document. The injunction was explained to Hollingberry through the car window and left on his windshield under the wiper blade. It ordered him not to contact AGO employee victim K with the Arizona Attorney General and to have no contact with any property of the Arizona Attorney General unless contact was through his attorney, legal process, or court hearings. And he had to turn over any firearms that he possessed because he was making videos where he was talking about wearing body armor and carrying an AR-15 to go and protest. And you're going to say, well, it's not illegal to wear body armor and carry an AR-15 in Arizona. And it's not illegal to protest. And you're right, except the totality of the circumstances, especially if you're engaged in a continuous pattern of behavior with victim K where you're cyber stalking her, then, it is another nail in the coffin. Things that are legal can become illegal if you push them too far. So anyway, he says that this dumb shit, he tells his viewers he was served with something, but didn't know what it was because he wasn't actually given the document. Except on March 3rd, 2020, agents served a subpoena on Hollingberry's employer and obtained parking lot and front door surveillance camera footage. The videos show Hollingberry arrive at work and exit his vehicles. As AGO agents approach Hollingberry, he climbs back into his car through the front passenger door, refusing to open the door and accept the document. AGO agents talk to Hollingberry through the closed door, then place the injunction on his windshield under the wiper blades and photograph it in place. Once the AGO agents depart, Hollingberry exits the vehicle, removes the paperwork from the windshield, and carries it with him through the parking lot and into the building. Now, he didn't have to actually touch it. They actually had served it on him by placing it there. It is a mistake that some people believe that if they just don't accept the documents, that they're not served. But the agents could toss them at your feet and you've been served. That's pretty common. Or if they're yelling at you through the front door of your house, they could just tape it to the front door of your house and you've been served. So that's really the only thing that I found to be interesting is how dumb he was. But they do build a very good case showing that he did engage in a pattern of stalking her. Now, what they're charging her with, or what they're charging him with, is 18 U.S.C. 2261A, stalking. And it is whoever, and then we're going to go down here to number 2, with intent to kill, injure, harass, intimidate, or place under surveillance with intent to kill, injure, harass, or intimidate another person, uses a mail, any interactive computer service, or electronic communication service or electronic communication system of interstate commerce or any other facility of interstate or foreign commerce engaged in such a course of conduct that, number 1, or A, places the person in reasonable fear of the death or serious bodily injury to a person, a pet, or a service animal, an emotional support animal, or a horse. So him talking about about he talked about things like going to a gun range but it was a metaphorical kind of going to a gun range in body armor and protesting in his AR and declaring war on the AG office. He might actually qualify for this. But even if he doesn't qualify for that, he qualifies for B, which is causes, attempts to cause, or would be reasonably expected to cause substantial emotional distress to a person described in Clause 1, 2, or 3 of Paragraph 1A. So, and 1, 2, or 3 is that person, an immediate family member, spouse, or intimate partner of that person. So he's definitely placing that person under emotional distress. He was doing things like he was, number one, calling to have her, like he's putting out her address on the internet. He was requesting people to send her tampons and dildos. He wanted people to email bomb her. He put up a mugshot of this particular gal from an arrest that she was in. He suggested that she had engaged in pornographic videos, just all sorts of things that he was doing that would reasonably be expected to cause substantial emotional distress. She had to change her phone number, do all sorts of other fun things. So the punishment would be under Section 2261B. This is 2261 subsection B. So if they violate 2261A, they can be imprisoned for not more than 5 years or fined and imprisoned. So he's looking at a maximum sentence of 5 years, and he is guaranteed, if he gets convicted, a imprisonment of not less than 1 year. So, and the reason why is because he had been served, as I noted previously, he'd been served with a injunction against workplace harassment, which is a restraining order or a civil injunction. So he definitely qualifies for it. So he's looking for 1 to 5 years or a combination of imprisonment plus fines. So have fun, Chauncey Hollingberry. Federal penitentiaries aren't much fun from what I understand. And keep your back to the wall. Oh, one other thing that is of note is that apparently he has a medical condition. So, I hope your medical condition doesn't make your butthole especially sensitive. Thanks for watching and have a great day.